Mayor Daley recently announced 4 new city appointments. Here are highlights of that press conference.
Today I'm announcing appointments to several very important positions in city government that affect day-to-day quality of life across Chicago. First, I'm naming Tom Byrne, Commissioner, Department of Streets and Sanitation. The department is in charge of providing many of the most essential municipal services. Tom has served as Commissioner, Department of Transportation since 2007. He is also a 35-year police veteran. In every job he has, Tom has proven that he's an experienced manager who is committed to operational efficiency and accountability, and that is what I expect him to provide in the new role. Tom succeeds Mike Picardi, who moved to the Department of Fleet Management as Commissioner. Mike has been a very fine public servant over a 30-year career with the city. He led the Fleet Department once before from 2002 and 2005. I asked him, as I've asked all managers, to constantly develop new ways to cut costs, increase efficiency, and serve the needs of taxpayers of Chicago. Fleet management is responsible for our Green Fleet program, which means carrying out policies that we create and maintain environmentally responsible vehicle fleet, developing green fleet partnerships with both the public and private sectors. I've told Mike that it's critical that we continue to show progress in this initiative dealing with the quality of air in the environment. Mike succeeds Howard Henneman, who is retiring for after almost 4 years as Commissioner after a distinguished 34-year career in city government. I personally want to thank him and on behalf of the City of Chicago for his long service to our community. Howard has been an outstanding public servant. I'm also appointing Vance Henry, who has served as Director of the City's CAPS program since 2001, as Deputy Chief of Staff in my office for Community Services and Faith-Based Initiatives. In his new role, Vance will work with me alongside Police Superintendent Weiss and the CAPS program to continue expanding community policing, affecting all the departments in city government, which is really important. I've directed him to work with neighborhood organizations, block clubs, community organizations, and city agencies to ensure that the strategic delivery of city services and programs in the neighborhoods are most needed. I expect him to expand our partnership, of course, with faith-based community organizations. Vance is very professional and very dedicated individual. He grew up in Chicago. He knows the strong and safe neighborhoods represent the key to our city's continued progress. And of course, he knows not only ministers, but block club organizations and community organizations all over the city. To succeed Vance as CAP Director, I'm appointing Phil Hampton, who has served as Director of 311 City Services since 2007. He's done a tremendous job there. And as well as he worked with community organizations, faith-based, block clubs, and of course, with every city agency. I've told Phil that I consider the CAPS program to be the key element in empowering residents and to take back their block, their family, and blocks from the gangbangers and drug dealers, work with the police department to address all the neighborhood issues. I've asked him to rededicate the organization to getting more and more people to beat meetings and getting involved in parent patrol and, of course, local school council. Because of violence against our children, I believe there's no more important time than right now for the CAPS program to grow, and I believe Phil Hampton is the right man for that job. Also, I'm appointing Tom Powers as Acting Commissioner, Department of Transportation. Tom has served as first Deputy Commissioner in the Department in 2005. As the people of Chicago know, the city has always put the better management of government first before turning to taxpayers. That approach is more important now than ever before because the nation is in a serious financial crisis. Our city revenues are much lower, but the demand for services, of course, continues by all citizens. Since I've been mayor, our goal has been to streamline the system, avoid duplication, reduce our costs, in particularly areas of overhead administration, and support our residents with high-quality service. I've made it clear to all today's appointments that during these challenging times, we need to work together to provide the services our people need, but in a way that taxpayers can afford it. The challenge of operating with lower revenues but increasing demand for services is not a short-term one. As we always have, we will continue to look for ways to improve managing government and delivering services to our residents. Thank you. Tom?
Thank you, Mayor. I welcome the challenge of heading one of the city's largest departments, a department that touches people's lives on a daily basis. The mayor has asked me to make some of the successful efforts that we've used in CDOT and apply them to streets and sanitation. In these difficult economic times, it is important that city departments function as effectively as possible. I plan to do everything I can to make streets and sanitation work even better than it does today. At CDOT, my team have helped bring the highest levels of accountability in every part of the department. At Streets and Sand, I plan to use that same kind of management initiatives and technology that help make CDOT a very effective department. There are many fine men and women who work at Streets and Sanitation, and I plan to make the team there much stronger. I thank the mayor for putting his trust in me to bring improvements to the department, and I look forward to getting started. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike McCarty.
Thank you, Mayor Daley. Once again, I'm honored to be your choice to head the Department of Fleet Management. I welcome this next assignment and the opportunity to return to this department. In this current economy, it's imperative that department heads do whatever they can to control costs. Although the Department of Fleet Management doesn't work directly with the public, the support services provided by the department are vital to the daily operations of all city departments and sister agencies. In providing these support services, such as repair, maintenance, and fueling of the city's fleet, it's important to always deliver services in the most efficient and cost-effective manner. Some examples of cost-effective measures that I initiated during my previous tenure at Fleet include purchasing of fuel futures to control fluctuations in a volatile fuel market, initiating an integrated supply contract to save money on the purchase of automotive and heavy-duty truck parts. And in addition to saving money, many of our initiatives provide benefits to the environment. I introduced the first hybrid, natural gas, and E85 flex fuel vehicles into the city's fleet. I also secured the use of special particulate filters to reduce harmful emissions on our diesel-powered vehicles. These innovations and others led to the American Public Works to recognize the Chicago Department of Fleet Management in 2005 as the best fleet in America. In closing, my experience as Commissioner of Streets and Sanitation has taken me to a higher level of understanding of just how important a department such as fleet management is to providing day-to-day services, and this knowledge that will serve me well in my role as Fleet Commissioner. Thank you, Mayor.
Vance Henry. Vance.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Wow. What a joy and honor it is this morning for me to be here and have the opportunity to serve in this new role as Deputy Chief of Staff of Community and Faith-Based Programs. Mayor, some years ago, you took a risk to hire, some would believe, a young and, in some respects, pushy West Side activist to head up your community policing program, and I just want to say a note of thanks for the opportunity. Also want to say thanks to you for this opportunity to work, in fact, more closely with you as Deputy Chief of Staff, focusing on community and faith-based programs. In my new role, I will, as the Mayor mentioned, advise the Mayor on a range of public policy concerns, those being community policing, faith-based initiatives, and also neighborhood partnerships. Also in my new role, I will also be assisting community and faith-based organizations to, in fact, access city programs and resources. The Mayor has made it very clear that it's very important as we continue to develop our partnerships that we're working very closely with our community partners to strategically deliver programs and services so we increase the quality of life for the residents in our great city. In addition to that, I'll also be working to assist our diverse faith community to improve our interreligious dialogue. So often in our society today, we in fact focuses on our differences. And through our faith community, our diverse communities, I'll be working very closely to ensure that we're building on our strengths, building on our common values, and making sure that we're building bridges with our diverse faith community. And then lastly, I'll also be acting as a liaison between the Mayor's office and community leaders, making sure that we're very responsive, making sure that there, again, is the strategic delivery of city services to our respective neighborhoods, and thereby making sure that we work very closely with our community organizations. Thank you so much, Mayor, for the promotion.
Phil Hampton. Phil.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to just thank the mayor for this opportunity to continue to serve the fine residents in the city of Chicago. It's been an honor for someone who grew up in Inglewood to have the opportunity to serve in the various capacities that I have. CAPS of course, has been a vital component to addressing neighborhood crime and disorder for Chicago for over 10 years. And matter of fact, I worked in the CAPS office for my first 8 years here in the city. Many of the activities and the wonderful programs and the partners and the organizations that have worked with CAPS so well sometimes go unnoticed. Block clubs have been organized, neighbors have attended court hearings and beat meetings, youth activities have been arranged, etc. It is my goal as director to rededicate, as the mayor said, rededicate time and develop and bring more folks to our program and to continue to work towards having the kind of initiatives that will make our city safer. There are a couple of things I'd just like to highlight that we want to begin to do immediately. We want to strengthen our block club efforts and strengthen our partnerships with community organizations, churches, etc. As I mentioned, there are a number of things that go unnoticed, and sometimes they can use a little encouragement, and they can use our help and our push to help them continue and become stronger. We want to, of course, rededicate our efforts in organizing our beat meetings and bringing more folks back to the beat meetings. I think that's critically important. And then finally, we want to develop and try to engage younger parents, younger families into the process. Over the last 10 years, if you take a look, a lot of the CAPS volunteers who have worked so hard are seniors, and they continue to serve us very well. We need to really work hard to see if we can get an influx of new blood. So again, I just want to say thank you, and I'm honored to have this opportunity to continue to serve.